and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how you can create a photo editing application on Figma. So I did a video, a content and posted on LinkedIn and Twitter of a photo editing application, and I got a lot of questions. How did you achieve that? How were you able to do the editing? So I'm going to be showing you that on this video, and there are certain things I'm not going to cover because I covered them in my previous video. Certain things like the scrolling, I covered both horizontal and vertical scrolling in my previous video, and also the pop-up. That's the pop-up where it selects the image. I covered that pop-up in my previous video, so if you've not watched my previous video, you should watch it. And let's get into it. So the first thing you want to have is your design. So the design might differ, whichever way you prefer to have it, that's fine. Here I have buttons here to preview the design, to download the design, to go back, of course, undo, redo buttons. I have layout, border, adjust, transform. So let me just open this in prototype mode just so we can be previewing as we are designing. The second thing you should also have, while that is loading, the second thing you should have is an image. So this is, in this video I'm using an image of my beautiful friend Kelly. So Kelly is a lifestyle content creator in Canada. She covers a lot of things on her YouTube channel, how she moved to Canada. She covers Canada living, like her day-to-day living in Canada. So if you want to know about living in Canada, you want to know how to relocate to Canada, you should check her YouTube channel, and I'll drop a link to it in the description box. So yeah, let me check if this is opened. Yeah, so this is nice. So it's in prototype view, it's scrollable, but like I said, I won't be covering this because I covered something similar to this in my previous video. So let's get into it. Oh, okay, so the reason I'm using a picture, we want to use a picture with a clear background, and I'll tell you why. Because we are going to be removing the background of this picture. Yep. So first thing you want to do is to resize the picture to fit into the space, your working space on your design, because this is the space you are going to be working basically. So here we have our size is 350 by 418. You want to make this similar to this. So let's see, let's be sure that this is the same size. Okay, yeah, so this is the same size. So next I want to go to my plugins, which is here, this icon here. You go to plugins, and I want to use, you can search for icons. I've used this previously, so you can search for icons 8 background remover, and you click on it and remove background, but make sure you've already clicked on the image first before you search for that. So we allow icons 8 to do its magic. We allow it to work and remove the background. So using an image with a clear background, it must not necessarily be a white background, but with a clear background makes it easier to remove the background of an image seamlessly. As you can see, nothing else was actually like, the background removal was kind of seamless. Just here we're noticing, like a little bit of error, but that's not a big deal. So the next thing we want to do is to put this into our frame. That's the frame that is already existing. So also, one design tip is to design with frames instead of rectangles, instead of shapes. So I'll give you a reason. So this is me drawing a rectangle of about the same size. Now this rectangle, I cannot just put this, let me give this a different feel just so we can see it. This rectangle, I can't just put this image into the rectangle. It's not going to fit in, it's not going to enter. But if I'm using a frame, I'm going to design a frame again. Frame, you just have to click on F on your keyboard and draw a frame. Now once you've drawn the frame, you see that once you draw the frame already has a feel, like it is pre-filled. So you can just come and duplicate this. You can either press Ctrl D, or you can use Option key on your Mac and drag, or on PC that should be Alt key on your PC and drag and get into the frame. Let me also make this frame pink. Let me take this off and make this background pink just so we can see that you put it and it gets into the frame, and you can see it here in your layers panel that this image is inside this frame. Same way here, you have to make sure that this image is inside the frame you want it to be in. So yeah, designing with frames just makes your design responsive. It makes everything, it makes it simpler, it makes it better. So now if you've noticed, we remove the image, we remove the background of this, and our frame our parent frame is the one that has the background, the white background. So now this image has no background. I can take it out and you can see it has no background, and I can put it back and align it. Yeah, it has no background, and we can easily play with this image. So that is a good thing. So for the first interaction we had let me confirm that because I have the video side by side just so I don't miss a thing. So for our first interaction we had we have the layout. So we want to duplicate the screen. Another way to make your prototypes really good, I think I also mentioned this in my previous video, you duplicate your screens, duplicate your elements. You need to make sure that it's continued. You don't need to start creating a new frame, and I'm going to show you the difference between duplicating and creating a new frame. So just give me a minute. So let me call this. I'm not going to be changing the icon names. I'm not going to be changing the icons because that's kind of like I have to start looking for new icons, but I'm going to be changing the name just so you see the difference. So this is going to be duo, this is going to be trio, and yeah, for now I don't think I need the others. So to see your elements outside a frame, you just need to unclick the content. So let me just move the icons forward. I don't need to start sourcing for icons since this is a tutorial. So I'm just going to copy these ones and put here. So to paste to replace, if you want to paste an icon to replace another icon, all you need to do is press Command Shift and C. Oh sorry. All you need to do is press Command Shift and sorry, I already copied the other one. All you need to do is press Command Shift and R. Yeah, so that's like an easy way to replace an element with something else. So I don't need these ones. I think these are fine. And yeah, to have there was this small dot on that, so you can just like create an ellipse, press O on your keyboard, or you come here, you come to the shapes here and click on ellipse and create a small ellipse. So to create an ellipse that is equal on both sides, that's the width and the height are equal, to create a perfect ellipse you need to press shifts on your keypad while drawing the ellipse. And I'll show you if you're pressing, if you press O, which is ellipse or circle, and you just draw, you see how this has different, the width and the heights are different, and this is good for certain conditions. But in this condition we want both sides to be equal. So when you hold shift, you create a perfect shaped ellipse. So this is 280 by 280. So here we just need something small, not too much, and we want this to be pink. Yeah, so we also want this, let's see this, the padding, so we also want this to be here. Yeah, or no, we don't want this here, let's just put it here. So next thing we want to do is to start creating our layouts. So let's say, now I told you I'm going to show you the difference between duplicating your frame and creating a new frame. So let's create a frame. So to create a frame, you can either come here and click on frame, or you can just press F. Figma has a lot of shortcuts. Press F on your keypad and come here and choose the frame you want. So for this we have iPhone 13 and 14. So yeah, we're going to use this. So now we're creating a new frame, and let's just say I want to copy and paste this in my design. I want to copy and paste them. I don't want to start, let me give this a few, and I want to copy this and paste this in my design. So I'm going to be prototyping this to both to different screens at different times. So let's see how the interaction works. I should put my phone on silent. So let's see how the interaction works. So this, I'm prototyping this to this, and I go to smart animate linear. I want this on click. When I click on this, that's on click. I want this to navigate to this page, navigate to iPhone 13 and 14 too. I need to name my pages. You should name your pages. So just so they have distinctive names. And so I also want this to smart animate. I want the interaction to be a linear smart animation, and I want it to take 300 milliseconds while animating. So yeah, that's basically what I did here. And let's see, when I click on this, I want this to smart animate back to this. So you have to be careful when doing your interactions, because it happens quite a lot where you think you've put on click, because on click is usually the default one and it's actually on drag, and when you use on drag and you're clicking on it in prototype mode, it just doesn't work and you're wondering what's going on. So how do you fix this? So you come to your prototype panel here and you notice that, oh, you already have a previous interaction, a previous on-click interaction. So when you have a previous on-click interaction, on-click is usually disabled here, so you have to come here, remove the on-click interaction, and here it's enabled, and you click on this. So now you have your on-click interaction. So let's view this in prototype mode. So yeah, I don't know why that was looking blue. So yeah, you click on layout and you see how it just seamlessly changes. Look at this panel. But let's see now, let's change this to this other page, and of course I want this to come here, and I want this to be on drag. So this on click is usually disabled when you've already had a previous on click interaction on that icon or that element. So let's see. Okay, so let's see layout, just to be sure that this thing actually. Okay, so it's working now, but the reason I said you should duplicate your screens is because, so if you notice, I copied and pasted from here, which is most likely the reason why it's working. But if you are drawing the elements, that's if you're drawing this again, you're putting this in, it usually breaks. So it's usually 50-50 when you are using another frame from scratch. It's usually 50-50 that your interaction will be seamless. A lot of times your prototypes break and you're wondering why it's not seamless. It's because you're using a different screen. So it's working now, most likely because I copied and pasted in the same directions, like in the same places where they were meant to be. So yeah, that's most likely the reason why it's working. So I'll just take this off and, you know, prototype this back to this. Yeah, so first thing we want is the round face animation. So let's see, we have to duplicate this. I'm trying to make this like really, you know, really easy to understand. So we have to duplicate this, and I want the background here to be, no, I want this to be black. No, I want this to be, yeah. So next thing I want to do is to draw a frame. Okay, now I want to crop this so there's frame space for my frames, because I'm also going to make this a collage. So I want there to be space by the side. So yeah, I think I want this to be a little bit closer to her bag. Yeah. So I want to draw a frame and put this image inside. I want to draw a frame in this frame here and put this image inside the frame. So I'm going to click on F on my keypad. I'm going to draw a frame around this. Yeah, and so now when you draw the frame, you realize that this image is not in the frame, and I want it to be in the frame. Now this, when you come to your layers panel, you can notice that this frame is inside this frame, which is what we want, which is good, but we also want this image to be inside this frame. So we are going to put this, we're just going to like drag it to the right and put this image inside the frame. So I want to make sure this is centered. I also want to make sure the image in it is centered, and I want to give this, yeah, make this round. So this is our round what's it called, what do I call it? It's our round layout, and I want this pink stuff to move to here. So I'm just going to cut this out, Control plus X, Command plus X on the Mac, and paste this here. So I want to prototype this round to this Smart Animate, and when I click on None, I want it to go back to this. Yeah, so let's see how that looks. So layout, when I click on round, now can you see that this is not seamless, this is moving. So I'm going to show you why, because we actually moved this. Remember, we center aligned this image, so we actually moved this. So we want everything to be the same basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this image here. Remember, we cropped it and we moved it, so yeah, there were movements in the image. So I'm going to remove this image and I'm going to paste this one. I'm going to paste this one here, center align it, and let me see how I want this to be. I want this to be aligned the way this one is aligned. Your image just have to be, this have to be the same position when you're working with them. especially when you're working with Smart Animate, because it picks up the previous positions of the images. Now you see this looks more, even if it moved, it just looks nice. The movement looks nicer than before. So yeah, next we want the duo. So for the duo, we're going to take this image out of the frame from the layer on the layers panel, which is good. We're going to take out this frame. We're going to make this white. We're going to make the background white, and we're going to duplicate this. Ctrl+D, or you hold Option on your Mac and drag either of them. So yeah, I think this is fine. This is for duo, so I just cut this out and put it here. Yeah, so the next interaction I want is trio. So the same thing, you just have to make it 3 and, you know, make it work, align it the way you want, basically the way you want. And also you just have to cut this out, paste here. So as you click, it's going to be moving. So I need to prototype this. When I click on round, I want it to go to the round page. When I click on duo, I want it to go to the duo page. When I click on trio, I want it to go to the trio page. When I click on round here, round page, trio page. When I click on round page, duo here. Yeah, so let's look at that in prototype mode. So round. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. My interactions are on drag, and you see what happened here. I'm clicking on it, it shows that it is prototyped, but it is not clicking because I did not create an on-click interaction. So I have to come here and, you know, work on everything, give it on-click, which can be stressful. Prototyping is stressful. Which can be stressful because prototyping is stressful. So I'm going to, you know, this is on-click, which is good. This is on-click. Now let's go here. This is on-click, which is good. This is on click, good. This is on drag, and I want it to be on click. So on click, this is on click, good. Okay, I think I've worked on everything, hopefully. Let's see. So when I click on this, it goes to duo and trio. Now you see how seamless that looks. So the next interaction we're going to be doing is the photo editing. Yeah, so one thing I did not do, you can change your primary button here to save. So when the user clicks on save, it takes the user to it just shows like, okay, this is the one you picked. But I won't be doing that. You can do that on your end. So okay, I'm just going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to remove this button, take out this button. I'm going to take out this preview here, and I'm just going to type save. So this is a tertiary button. Nothing serious. I want this to be light pink. Let me put on my grid. So to put on your grid, you can either click on the frame and come here and toggle it on and off, or you can just click Control Shift G. No, Control Shift G. A lot of these shortcuts confuse me because I've been using them for so long. I've mastered their position on my keyboard, so I might never know them. I just know that if I do my hand like this, it's going to work. It's going to work. So yeah, we have the save here, and we can copy this and paste in on the other screens. So Ctrl+C to copy, Ctrl+V to paste, Command+C to copy on the Mac, Command+V to paste, which is nice. And so when you go back, you can see that this changes, and because of the way I copied and pasted it, you see that this doesn't move, it doesn't break in the prototype. So yeah, that's another tip. Just copy and paste in the same position, which is what I did to that screen, and that was why the prototype did not break. So next we're going to go to our photo editing. So let's just say we chose this image. We don't want any okay, or let me go with something different. Let me say I choose this this image. Yeah, so oh no, let me just go with this. So I still chose this image, so which is fine. So next I have to like duplicate this just so it shows, because when I click on save, it's meant to come to a new page. So you can prototype your save here and say, okay, it's going to come here. or you can prototype it back here. It depends on you, because there's no change was made, but I'll just prefer to duplicate the screen just so we can see the different screens we've worked with. So for this, there's no interaction for the save, so you just click on save and it comes back to this page. But you can have like a loader, whatever you want for the when the user clicks save. It depends on you, whatever you want. So let's just say here we want to click on the adjust. So you know what, let's have something here to show the screen we're working on at that particular point in time. So we're also going to do this for the layout here. Okay, so next I want to click on adjust. So for adjust, we're going to duplicate the screen, and here we want this to be none, as no filter or no adjustment has been made. We want this to be brightness, depends on what you want. And for this, at this point, there's no, on this image there's no filter added, so this is going to be the selected option. Brightness, contrast, you know, what again do they use, saturation, you can name it the way you want it. So I don't want this extra ones here, I think I'm cool. So one thing I did here to edit this image was so Figma has, there are two options you can go with. Figma has an already inbuilt editor here, so when you click on an image, you can come here and you can say I want to work on the exposure, I want to reduce the contrast, I want to, you know, add some things. You can edit the image here. But also the thing is it doesn't have certain things like the brightness, warmth. Like if you look at your phone editor, whatever editor you use to edit your pictures, it doesn't have certain things that this editor has. So what I did in my previous video was I sent the image. If you're using like iPhone to Mac, it's really seamless, it's really easy, and the quality won't drop. You can use the airdrop to send the image from your Mac or to your iPhone, edit it and send it back. Or if you are using, I don't know about I don't know how you can do that on an Android. I don't know if there are ways you can send it seamlessly. I also know there's this option of sending it as a document through WhatsApp. You could try that. So what I did was I sent it and I used the inbuilt editor the iPhone has to edit the image, and I put it here. But for this one, I'm just going to you know, slightly use this once. I don't want to spoil Kelly's image because she's going to beat me up if I do. So I'm just going to like make certain changes here, little, just so we notice there's a difference, but not so much of a difference. I hope I'm doing good. So yeah, this should be fine. At least there is, let me hide the grid. At least you can notice that yeah, this is different. So in this oh no, we're supposed to work on this page because this is the none page. So I'm just going to duplicate this and, you know, copy this and paste and replace it here because this is the none page. So actually this is meant to be on, oh yeah, we're meant to have another page called auto. Let me duplicate this. Yeah, so this should be auto, and yeah, let me copy this and paste it and replace it here just so we have auto here too. So now this should be the auto page. Let's just say when you've clicked on auto, this should be the page. And yeah, so I'm not going to go in depth into the interactions I did here, but just basically putting lines to the extent you want here. And let's see this in prototype mode. So when you click on, I've not prototyped adjust, just give me a minute. When you click on adjust here, it's meant to come here, and when you click on auto, it's meant to, oh yeah, there's meant to be this loader, this loader that comes on top of the image. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do now, let's use a component set for this loader. So I'm just going to duplicate the full page here just so we can create a component with this. We're going to be working with components. So I'm going to come here and create a component, and also I'm going to say a plus button here, and I'm going to add a variant. So when I click on auto, I want this image to start, oops, I was naming my component. When I click on auto, I want this image to, I want that to be a you know, something moving across the screen. I want it to be like a loader. Yeah, so when I click here, so the interaction is going to start here. So now I'm going to have another frame here. Let's just say this is a frame, and I want it to be this color. I also want to reduce the opacity, increase the transparency. Let's just say I want this to be 40, which is good. Okay, so now from here I can know that this frame is not inside this frame, and I want it to be inside this frame. So let's see, where is this frame? This is the frame 18. I want it to be inside frame 18, so I'm just going to drag this into frame 18, and you can see that, yeah, it's inside frame 18 now. So I also wanted to have a stroke to the right, yeah, a pink stroke. So I'm going to come here and make the stroke right, and let's just say I want this to be 2. I also want the stroke to have like an opacity, because I want you to be seeing the image below while it is loading. I think that color is still a bit high. Yeah, this is fine. So next thing I want this. I'm going to create another variant. I'm going to come here and click on the plus, and I want this to move across to the end after a while. And I'm going to create another variant here. I'm going to take this off because I want this image, I want the edited image to show. Yeah, I want the edited image to show after it has moved. So this is going to be my interaction. Yeah, when you click on auto, I want it to smart animate on this. That is on click. And when it has smart animated on this to this, I want this to, without clicking it, that's after a bit of time, that's after delay, I want it to move. I want this pink thing to move to the end. So this is like after delay. I'm going to use after delay, and I'm going to give it a delay of 1200 milliseconds, and I'm also going to give it, I want this to happen in 1500 milliseconds, and I want this to also, after delay, I want this to come to this screen. So since I gave this a delay, so this animation is going to happen within 1500 milliseconds. I want the delay here to be more. I'm going to give 1800 milliseconds, so this can have enough time to animate. So let me give this 1500 milliseconds and see how it's going to look like when I prototype it. So I'm just going to copy this first page and paste it here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to paste it here. But something I forgot to do was to put the icon here, was to put this icon in auto, because now it's on auto, it's not just on none. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this here. If you want to like make this slightly better, you can, while this is animating, you can actually make this inactive, make this section inactive, just to show users that okay, something is working and you won't be able to click on anything while this is working. So yeah, now let's try this. So we don't need this page actually, because we've already made a component of these other pages. So let's see, on adjust, it's meant to, when we click on adjust, it's meant to on click here. So let's see. So let's click on adjust. Oh my. So the time I gave was too much. It should be 300, or let's just say 200 milliseconds. So I want this back button to go here. I want every one of them to go here. Already did one. Okay. On click, I want the back buttons to go here. You can literally just copy and paste prototyping interactions. I don't know why I don't do that a lot. So let's go back, and I want this, go back, and when I click on this, I want this to come here. So when I click on auto, yeah, this is fine. This is fine, but I think this should be faster. I don't like how slow that is. Let's see. Yeah, so the reason this is moving is because we moved stuff while working, like we moved stuff around. So yeah, we moved stuff in our auto layout to, let's just say, go back and let me restart this, because so I want to prototype this, just so I want to prototype adjust. to this, just so I can also access the adjust panel from the first screen. So I want this to be, or click, yeah, so adjust and click on adjust and auto. I have my loader, this is disabled. This is great. This is great. This is great. So yeah, the next thing we want to do is to change the background. Oh, well, this is a long this is a long tutorial. So yeah, I'm just going to move this to one side just so it doesn't distract me while working. So yeah, the next thing is to change the background. So I've already duplicated this, and I'm going to like, so instead of changing this, I'm just going to go straight and make this the background. So let's call this what we're going to call this, okay, let's check for background images first. So we can name our backgrounds. We're going to remove these icons. So we can name our backgrounds like different names based on the images. So I'm going to come here to my plugins, and I'm going to click on I'm going to type on Splash. So Splash is a great place to get images for your designs. It's a really great place, and while it's loading, it's already loaded. So I want to type in background and check out different backgrounds. So it's best to go for a plain background. So let's see, this looks nice, not bad. This looks nice. I used this in my previous video. Let's try this, or let me see if there's any other one. Let's try this. I think this is not bad. So we can name this rainbow, we can name this sky or something, thunder, I don't know. And we can name this what do I name this, slides, I don't know. You can name it whatever you think is best. So yeah, in this page we have no background, so none is fine here, and we have to duplicate this. Go to the frame and click Ctrl D, or you can just what's it called, you can just click on option and drag, or alt and drag. And here, this is meant to be the, oh yeah, now this is slightly tricky, yeah, because we can't paste into this because this is an animation. This is a component. So what we can do is to come to the main component, which is this, and give every component here a dot, just to be, and hide them, yeah, just so it's easy to work with it while it's in a component. So I want to hide these. No, I want to hide this, and this. So yeah, if you want to see the full thing, you just have to like expand this frame here, make it, wider, and you can see the full thing. But I think the previous size is fine for me. So you clip your content back, and oh, then another thing you can do is to detach the instance. So let's just, let's detach this instance. You just have to like double tap after selecting the frame, or you can right click, I think. So here we have sky, and we're going to duplicate this. Here we have rainbow background. Oh, I shouldn't have closed my Unsplash because we still need those images. But so here, let's see if we can just like wing it from here without opening Unsplash. Oh. So most of the time, half of what you're doing as a designer is you're looking for ways to like make things easy, you're looking for ways to solve problems. So yeah, what I did was I came here and I clicked on the image here, and I copied it, Command C, Control C on a Mac, on PC, and I came to the image, and all I did was Control V, and I pasted it. So yeah, that worked, which is nice. So we're going to do this for slice also. Command C, copy the image, you click on the image by this side on the left side of the image, and you come to the bigger image and Control V. So that's fine. So now what we want is we want to prototype the sky to this. We want to prototype none to this. Let me move this non-interaction just so, because it's prototype to something else, just so we don't start having issues. Now rainbow to this. No, sorry, no, rainbow, no. Yeah, rainbow to this. Slice to, okay, let's put sky to this. Make sure interactions are not on drag. So slice to this. Oh yeah, that was on drag. Gotcha. Rainbow, I want rainbow to come to this. I want sky to come to this. I want none to come. Okay, I think it's already. Nope. I want none. Oops, that was not it. I want none to come to this. I want this none also to come to this. Sky this, rainbow this. I think everything is fine. So let's see. So remember we broke this. We made this. We detached the instance of this. So what we are going to do here is to prototype this to this, just because we broke the instance, because if we're still using the same prototype, it would have still worked fine. Oh no, we don't. Okay, so we need to prototype a button. Remember we put the save here. Yeah, so we just need to copy the save. For it to paste seamlessly, you have to remove what is already existing, but it will not paste here because this is a component, so we have to paste it into the parent component. Take this out and paste it here. Save. Take this out, paste it here. Take this out, paste it here. Take this out also, paste it here. Good. So now we can prototype this to this save button to this. Yeah, and we can detach this instance and put our what's it called? Oh, the save is fine, to be honest. The save is fine there. We just need to change these ones to save. Change these ones to save. So the reason I did not change this to save is because this is not the home page menu. This is like an inner menu where you can make edits. So let's click on save, and it just takes you to the background page. So I can click on sky, rainbow. Ooh, so slice is not working. Now what could be the problem? Let me see. Oh, I did not prototype this. Let me see, did I prototype this? I did. This I did not. So that's on drag. Gotcha. Again. That's still on drag. So let's see. Yeah. So and to make this on click. So yeah, this looks seamless and I love this, and I think I like this the most, so I think I'm going to go with this background. It looks like it looks, no, I think I should go with this, or I think I should go with this. It's like Kelly is like, has superpowers and she's flying into space. I think I should go with the rainbow. So the next, let's just say I've chosen this rainbow. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to duplicate the screen here, because this is the home page. I need this to go back to a home page when I click on it. When I click on save, I want it to come to this home page, but I want this image to be there. So I'm going to copy this and replace this, Ctrl+Shift+R. And when I click on save here, I want this to come here. So let's see. Like I said, you can put an interaction, an extra interaction, like a loader that shows when you click on save. So the next thing I want is to do the editing. So yeah, I want to duplicate this, and like I said, I'm not going to be changing the icons because I have to start outsourcing icons, and this, like I said, this tutorial is kind of complex and it's taking time already. So I'm going to name different animations, color dodge, lighting. I can't remember the name of some, but we are using the pre-existing animations that are already on Figma, and I'm going to show you where they are. So next, I'm coming here. This is an image, and you come here to this stuff that looks like a water droplet that says blend mode, and you click on it, and voila, you have different animations, different reasons to choose from. So if you notice certain animations like plus light, dark screen, they're showing you widescreen. Let me show you what the issue is. You need to come here and take out this background white because it's actually not needed. So you come back here and you can see these actually give you like a nice, animation. So now let's just call this what other animation did we see there? What other filter did we see there? Let's call this soft lights. So we're just going to be using 3. I think 3 is fine because let's not make this super lengthy. So let's do soft lights. Alright, so now this color dodge is kind of breaking, so the E is breaking, so we just want to move this a bit, give it a little bit more space. Yeah, that's fine. So when I click on color dodge, or rather when I click on filters, let me just change this to filters so I don't need to start moving things around. When I click on filters, I want this to smart animate to this that shows none. And when I click on color dodge, I'm going to duplicate this. When I click on the color dodge, I want it to have the color dodge filter. When I click on lighting, so I duplicated it twice so I can work for lighting. And where's lighting? Yeah, when I click on lighting, I want it to go there. And when I click on what's the other one? Soft light. Soft light. Okay, yeah. When I click on soft light, I want it to come here. So for color dodge, let's see which is color dodge. This color dodge. That's this one. I want it to be here. For lighting, I want it to be here. For soft light, I want it to be here. So yeah, let's prototype this. So we come to the prototype mode. We color dodge, I want it to move here. For none, I want this to move here. For lighting, I want this to move here. And for soft light, I want this to move to soft light. For lighting, I want this to move to this place. For color dodge, I want this to move to this place. For lighting here, I want this to move here. For soft light, I want it to move here. For color dodge, okay, this is lighting, so it needs no interaction. For color dodge here. For soft light here. For none, oh my god, why do I keep forgetting none? For none, I want it here. For this none here, I want it here. Which other none do we have? For this none, I want it here. Color dodge here, lighting here. I think it looks good, so let's check that in prototype mode. So when I click on filters, I want color dodge, lighting, soft lights. Oh, I love how seamless this is, and none. So also I want this to change to save instead of download. So I'm going to copy this, take this out, click on the whole frame and paste. Oops, no, sorry, click on this frame and paste because I copied it from that frame. Paste, which is nice. So yeah, when I click on this, it's changing, which is nice. If you want this to look active while it's changing, you can just come and change the color to white, so this looks more active. White and white. So yeah, you can see I'm changing this, and in case where it's none, I want this to be one small color. Okay, eight. I want this to be good because there's nothing to undo because I've not chosen any interaction. So yeah, I like that. So this is basically it, and then you can like create a save page. So this is basically how I achieved the different background changes, the filters, the layouts, you know. This was basically it. So I would like you to try this out. You know, you can add your own FEZ. You can add your own, your own spice to it. Try this out. Best to try it out with an image of yourself or of a friend, because there are certain images that there are strict laws against manipulating the images. Like there are strict laws against that. So and it might be hard knowing which images those are. So it is best to try this with an image of yourself or with a friend's image, and tag me on Instagram. I'm sorry, I don't have Instagram. Tag me on LinkedIn or Twitter. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So if you're a new comer, please don't forget to subscribe, like it, drop a comment, and also do not forget to follow Kelly. She has like really nice, subscribe to Kelly's channel, really nice contents about Canada living. And basically she talks about a lot of things, a lot of other things, healthcare, self-care, so just follow her and have a nice day. Bye.